Hey, my name's Kelsey. I'm 21 years old. I am the mother of a 2.5-year-old, and basically I decided I was going to do this vlog to document everything in this journey that I am about to embark in. As you can see and probably tell, I am pretty overweight, and it's not easy. And it's not fun. It's really hard, and it's a really big struggle. And I am only 21 years old, and it's too much. I've got to lose this weight because I am not myself at all, and I just assumed that if I had a vlog that it would help motivate me to do, to really do this. I've attempted and failed, and I've said that I was trying, and I really was cheating along the way, and I don't need to lie to myself about it, and I really need to do this. So I figure if I do this vlog, then it's really gonna give me the push that I need to do something about it and hopefully change my life. So I figure I'd give a little bit of a backstory on my life, really. I wasn't really overweight when I was very little. I don't think it was until I was probably 7 when my parents got a divorce. And it was hard on me, so I just kind of ate. And I just ate my feelings away, basically. And I don't know why I continued this horrible eating habit. My mom and my sister, the only two people really in my life, were very fit. My mom's always been tiny. She was a size 2, when I was younger, and she's gained a little bit of weight, but she's still fit. She was always probably 130 pounds, maybe not even 130. She's just always been fit. And my sister has always been a tiny little thing. She's always had kind of thicker legs and a bigger butt, but her waist and her face and her arms and everything, she's just always been really tiny. And they're both short too. I'm kind of the oddball. They both have brown hair and brown eyes, and they're tan and they're short, and I'm a little taller, and I've got lighter hair and freckles, and I'm so pale, and I am just big. And my mom says, that I got my dad's genes, and a lot of people on his side of the family are bigger. And a lot of people, scratch that, pretty much everyone on his side of the family has an addiction problem, I should say, whether it's drugs or drinking. Mine, I think, is eating. Just everyone has an addiction, and I'm not saying that that's why I am the way I am, and I don't understand why I am as big as I am, because, my mom always had me eating good. Like when we were at home, we'd eat, eggs for breakfast, and she always did the low carb thing for us, but, it wasn't always low carb, but the carbs that she gave us were not the starchy ones. We wouldn't really have potatoes, and we wouldn't have white bread, stuff like that, and she really tried to limit it. And she had us out exercising. We went and we played all the time. I worked out just as much as my sister did. I mean, I got as much exercise as she did. And we pretty much ate the same, so I don't really know why I was always bigger to begin with when I was younger. And I'll say probably up until my junior year, I want to say 190 pounds, and I was wearing probably a size 16, I want to say. And then I met a guy, and this was my senior year, right when I was graduating, and I lost some weight. I lost probably 20 pounds. I was like 170, and that was the lowest I'd ever been. At that point, I was a size 12, and I was feeling great, and I was loving it, and that was skinny for me, and so I got pregnant when I was 18, and once I gained weight my entire pregnancy. I feel like I used that as an excuse to eat, really. But for my pregnancy, I ate mostly salads. I ate a lot of salad, and I ate a lot of watermelon. I was throwing up the entire time, and then, like, I was throwing up probably 10 times a day. Like, I lost a lot of weight at the beginning of my pregnancy. And then my doctor put me on Zofran to help my nausea, and so I was finally able to eat. And I think I was just starving for 3 months, and I was like, oh my gosh, well, it was longer than 3 months. It was probably 4 or 5 months into it before I got my Zofran. And because I had already been hospitalized a couple times for dehydration and everything, so I couldn't keep anything down. So they put me on Zofran, and I was just so starving that they decided, or that I decided that I was just ready to eat, you know. So I ate a lot. But the things that I ate weren't necessarily bad. I really didn't do too bad. But I did drink probably 2 gallons of milk a week on my own. I craved milk so bad. So anyway, throughout my pregnancy, I gained probably, it was 60 pounds, I think. So, you know, I'm trying to do the math and see if that's right. But anyway, I was probably 245 when I had him, I believe. And I didn't notice I was gaining all this weight because my belly was growing. I just thought it was him. And then one day I looked in the mirror and I realized, oh my gosh, my face is fat and my arms are fat. I was like, when did this happen? You know, it just felt like it happened overnight. And, you know, my doctor was always pestering me, well, you know, you're gaining too much weight, you need to slow it down, you know, and I was really trying. I would go walking around my like apartment complex every night, and I was trying to eat better, but, you know, I just kept gaining weight. So once my son was born, I was breastfeeding him, and I lost probably 15 or 20 pounds, probably more like 15 in the first couple weeks, you know, so I felt good about that. And then, you know, one thing after another, he became formula fed, and so I quit losing the weight. I wasn't eating right, I don't think, and I really wasn't exercising, and so, you know, I just quit losing the weight. So after a while, I was trying to work out and yada yada, and then I would go on diets here and there, and it wouldn't work, whatever. So I finally got down to, I want to say, I think I was 225, 220-ish probably was the lowest I'd gotten after I had him. So I gave up, and I finally decided to buy clothes that were bigger, you know, because I was tired of wearing these clothes that were too small for me, and I kept thinking, well, I'm just going to lose weight, don't go buy clothes, I can just fit back into them. But after a while, I realized, you know, I'm just not losing this weight right now, and so I'll go ahead and buy bigger clothes. And you know, once I lose a lot of weight, I'll reward myself and buy smaller clothes. So I went ahead and I just bought some bigger clothes, and after that point, I became comfortable. You know, I was just comfortable because I had clothes that fit. And not that I was comfortable in my own skin, but, you know, I just think I gave up after a while. So I got on the scale the other day, and I was 245, and it broke my heart because everything I had lost just went out the drain. I am officially as much as I was when I had my son, except now I don't have him in there, and I don't have all the fluid and everything. It is literally just all me now. So it was really, really depressing when I saw that. And you know, I'm feeling it a lot more. I used to not feel it. I could still run. I could still do stuff. I've always been able to run a pretty good distance. I can go 45 minutes easy on an elliptical. I go at a good pace, you know, so that hasn't really bothered me. But lately, it's gotten to me. I feel like I'm out of breath all the time now. And, you know, when I go up the stairs, because we have a 2-story house, well, 3-story, and when I come upstairs to put my son in bed or to come get him out of bed, I'm like, I'm winded, you know, and that never used to be. And I just feel gross. I feel really gross. And a 21-year-old shouldn't feel like that. 21-year-olds are, you know, they're supposed to be enjoying life and having fun, these hot little things, and I'm not. I'm just bigger, and, you know, I've always been used to being bigger, but I wear plus size clothes now, and it just, everything on me jiggles, you know, and it's so embarrassing. And I I just hate it. I can't wear dresses or skirts without having to wear like leggings between, you know, leggings underneath or something, because my legs rub together and it hurts, you know. And there's a lot of things that I have to do because I am overweight that I just shouldn't have to do. I shouldn't be this big, and I need to take control of that. And so I just thought if I started this, then, you know, maybe it would motivate me to get on board. I've done countless diets. My mom had me on, we did the Atkins. That was a big thing. We always did the Atkins diet. Then my grandma got us onto South Beach, you know. And I like that because I could have, you know, more carbs and whatnot. You know, that was probably when I was probably 9, that's probably 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, probably till I was about 15. And then once I turned 16, that's when I was able to go out and drive on my own and get whatever I wanted. I worked since I was 14, so I've been saving up money, and I worked whenever, so I could just go out whenever once I had my license and go eat. But before I had my car, I didn't have that freedom. You know, I had to eat what my mom cooked, and, you know, it was always low carb. I remember, though, I was probably 11 or 12, and I saw that Michael Thurman 6-week body makeover online. They had the blueprints of your body and all the different stuff with the menus and meal plans and all that stuff, and I thought that was really cool. So we ordered it. I think it was like $100. I got this big box in the mail, and, you know, I remember the worst thing ever was that I went to a restaurant, and I brought my little meal planner with me, so it tells you when you go out to eat what you can eat. It tells you what restaurants, and then when you go there, it says what you can eat. And I was like, awesome, this is so easy. So we went out to eat, and I looked at it, and I said I could get a salad with lemon juice as my dressing. Because I think it was like a totally low-fat diet, I believe. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Because with low carb, I was so used to being able to eat ranch all day long. And then all of a sudden, I couldn't even eat ranch. And it was like, what in the world? I was just used to the Atkins, and I was used to what I could eat. And, you know, I didn't cheat when I was on the Atkins diet or South Beach. I did not cheat. I remember, like, a turning point for me. I went to my friend's house, and we went to the grocery store with her mom, and she was letting us pick out a snack. And so when I found something that I wanted, the first thing I did, and I was probably 10 years old, the first thing I did was pick up what it was and turn it around and look at the back to see how many carbs were in it and how much fiber and protein. And my friend was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm just checking what's on the back. And that's when it wasn't really normal for kids that age to be their first reaction. So saying, oh, this is what I want, I'm going to get it. They look at it, or I looked at it, and I looked at what was on the back first. And so that wasn't really too normal, I don't think, for kids that young. But it's just what I was used to. So after that happened, you know, at the grocery store, I just kind of realized, wow, you know, like, what's wrong with me? You know, I didn't cheat, and I was a kid, and we played outside. We didn't have iPads or iPods or whatever. We rarely played on the computer. My mom limited how much TV we could watch. You know, the first thing we did when we came home from school is we just wanted to go play outside, ride our bikes, run around. So I don't really know why I've always been big, but I have. I've just always been big. And, you know, now it's the worst it's ever been. You know, and it's really depressing. And, you know, now that I'm older, and it's been 4 years since I graduated high school, and almost 4 years, I've got like another month, and it'll be 4 years since I graduated high school. And I look on, you know, online, and I see all my, you know, old classmates and what they're up to. And, you know, it's kind of depressing for me, because I'm that girl that graduated and got fat. Like, there's those guys that people make fun of, that, you know, the jocks and the football players that graduate and they get fat and bald, you know. I'm that girl that people make fun of. So I don't want to be that. I don't want people to label me. I remember when I had my son, he was still little. He was in the small carrier car seat, and me and my then boyfriend, who was the father of my baby, he and I went to the store, and we walked past a girl that used to kind of date him, and I was really jealous of that, and yada yada. And she kind of looked at me, and we were passing, and she saw me, and all she did was she chuckled and kind of smiled and chuckled and basically made fun of me, and kept walking. And you know, she's gotten skinnier since then, and that hurt so bad. I used to have family members, you know, comment on my weight, and that really hurt. I had other family members, I don't want to say who, but I had family members that would comment on my weight, and they used to be pretty bad about it. And I guess, you know, my mom talked to them, and they've gotten so much better. They're so different now, but you know, it was really, really hard. I was always the fat one, you know. And so anyway, this is my vlog, and I just wanted to give you guys a little story on why I am the way I am and why I want to do this. So stick with me. But I'm excited about this, and you know, we'll see where this goes. Alright, thanks. Bye.